Here are some key tips for you to find and profit from a tax deed here this month within the next 30 days. So, if you're watching this, I know that you are new to tax lien and tax deed investing. And one of the things that we want these days is we want to do things quite quickly. And that's really what I love about this business. For example, for myself, within 4 days of learning about tax liens and deeds, I literally bought my first piece of property, piece of land up to 90% below market value. So that is what I'm here to teach you guys in this little live stream is what can you do to profit with this stuff over the next 30 days. So that is what we're going to dive in on. So first step obviously is to educate yourself on tax liens and tax deeds. Figure out, do you live in a deed state? Do you live in a lien state? When is the sale? Are you in a redeemable deed state like Texas or Georgia, where they're doing properties monthly? Or do you live in Florida, where it's a tax lien and a tax deed state? However, in Florida is one of the few places where you can't actually foreclose on your tax lien and it goes to the deed sale. Okay. So depending on where you are, this strategy is a little bit of a buffet that you're going to have to work with, and we'll go through some tips on how to do it for yourself. Okay. So the first thing you need to do, and probably the fastest way to make money here in the next 30 days, is it's going to be on the path of tax deeds. All right. So with deeds, there's going to be a couple options. Maybe there's a tax deed sale happening every month, which is cool. It'll be the first Tuesday of the month. Or maybe there is a sale coming up here over the next week or two, or whenever that's going to be. The key thing is we need to get our hands on some deeds. All right. So figure out when that sale is. If there happens to be one coming up shortly, it is going to be a must to attend that. Now, the next thing where you're going to make this work is going to be with obviously over the counter deeds. And these are going to be tax deeds that have not sold at the sale. Now, you will have to do some digging, but there are tons of these properties just sitting there right now that you can go buy. And then another strategy is, regardless, actually, if you're in a lien or a deed state, is to get that list of delinquent property taxes. And you can actually wholesale those properties, which is very, very cool because you don't really have to put much money into it. So for those of you guys tuning in, I'm Dustin Hahn. I've been doing this business now almost 20 years here, coming up in a couple months. And this business totally transformed my life from like a miserable, grumpy oil rig worker to being able to be successful in real estate, travel, do things virtually. And that's what we're here to talk about. And that's what I dedicate this channel to, is to give you the courage and the raw building blocks to do this. So if you like this content, hit this video a thumbs up if you're liking what's going on here. And go ahead and subscribe. For anybody that subscribes, or if you already got this, I give away a totally free mini course on tax liens and deeds. It will show you literally every single step. I also have 100 tax lien and deed facts that you must know, how to buy a profitable tax lien within the next 30 days, and tax lien and deed investing 101. So if you have it, awesome. It's going to show you how to get started. If you don't, you can grab it. And in order not to miss out on this information, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out and possibly risk losing some money on these deals. So coming back to the basics here, you're going to want to go and find some over-the-counter deeds, which is fairly common sense. But for some folks who are still learning the ins and outs of this, over-the-counter deeds are where you can turn this stuff super quickly. So what I would do if I were you is I would be focusing on land and lots, okay? There's going to be a lot of lots and a lot of land that's just sitting there right now over the counter. And what I like about the lots and land is it's much less risk, okay? So when it comes to mitigating the risk, there's a couple factors, right? So if you're lucky enough to have the deeds in your own backyard, that is great because you can actually go and physically see the properties yourself, which is awesome, okay? But if we're going to do this and we're going to make money within 30 days, maybe you don't have the luxury of having some liens or deeds available to you within your own state. So we're going to have to go and do this remotely. And the beauty now, especially with lot and lands, is the fact that you can get the list. You can have somebody go look at the property. You can flip that property much easier. You can get your due diligence and you don't have to worry about rehab costs and things like that. So what I can tell you is there are lots of pieces of land just sitting in county inventory right now. In fact, one of our students, I mentioned this before, he literally bought, it was 7 acres, and each acre was worth 3,500 bucks with a mobile home on it. And he bought the whole thing for 500 bucks. Okay. And literally just getting on the phone, calling. Because remember, there's 3,300 counties out there, 1,500 of them are deed states. All right. So you can be buying lots for 500 to 1,000 bucks that can easily be worth, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 bucks. And then from there, you can flip those very quickly. And what you're going to want to do is find a good cash buyer. And you can do that by posting the property, say on Facebook, or you can use a free tool like, say, PropWire, or go into the county records and see who is buying property every single month for cash and reach out to them and say, hey, I have a property. Would you be interested? Great building potential. From there, you can be reaching out to realtors who have sold property in the area. Say, hey, I got this property. Would one of your buyers be interested in it? Or if it's a land, you can be selling it to the neighbors as well. There are a lot of things that you can be doing in this business. And if you really want to turn some profits here this month, that's going to be the way to do it. Now, for anybody tuning in, once again, I'm Dustin Hahn, and we help folks get started in tax liens and tax deeds. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to check out the content. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you like it. Ask a question in the comments. This is often how I come up with the ideas for these videos, is what questions you're asking, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now, the other thing you can do, regardless if you're in a lien or a deed state, is you can get the list of tax delinquent properties, and you can do a couple things. You could send them some direct mail for a cash offer. Now that might take a bit longer, or you could just do good old fashioned, like get out in the field and do some door knocking, get that property under contract and wholesale it and make 5, 10, 20 grand within the next 14 to 30 days as well. So there's a lot of different methods here, but the key thing that you absolutely have to keep in mind is all of this doesn't mean anything if you don't take action. Action is absolutely key. So after this video, my question is, what are you going to do? Like, continue to educate yourself. Once again, if you haven't got the free mini course, it's in a link below. It's going to show you exactly how to get started. I don't think I mentioned where the link was. It is below. You can book a call with us, and you could speak to me or one of my business team members, and we'll actually help you build a custom investment plan to get this stuff going and get the action plan specifically laid out if you want some a little help, a little nudge. But the most important part is getting that feedback, getting out there, getting in the trenches, and proving to yourself that this business is real, because it absolutely is, and proving to yourself that you can do this because, depending on where you're at, this is a very creative, non-traditional way of making money in real estate that can benefit you and your family greatly. And I really want to encourage you to take action, because most of the people watching this don't take action. You know what I mean? They do what we call just kind of passive consumption, where you feel like you're doing something, but really you're just kind of watching a bunch of videos. So the key thing is watch these, always have a notepad, you know what I mean? Have a notepad beside you on your phone of action items that you can do immediately, right? This stuff is like a flywheel. Every single day, you put in some momentum, and then the next thing you know, you have deals coming out your butt. Like right now, we have so many deals on the go, and it's just because every day we keep putting effort into it, and that effort builds up. Now, everybody's journey is different. For you, it could go quick. What I like to say is, for every 100 views on one of these videos, you can bet your butt that at least 2 or 3 of those people today have bought property. They took action from this video. Let's see. We got a question here. It says, do you use PropStream to find liens on properties? If I get LandGlide, should I go directly to the website in the GIS map? So PropStream will tell you maybe a little bit of the mortgages and details, but in order to get the best information, you have to get the county title report. That's where everything is going to show up. I get PropStream and use that for like preliminary information and things like that. But for you to fully do your own title research, you're going to have to pull it from the county and see exactly what's on that title, especially at a tax deed sale. Now, when you are doing a wholesale property, you can afford to use the title company because you're not dealing with the massive amount of volume, as opposed to with the tax deed sale. Remember, if you're looking at 100 properties and they want to charge you 50 to 100 bucks per title, it's way too much money. and it's not worth it. So yeah, good stuff, guys. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your time, and I'll continue to do my best to help you in this business. And make sure to grab the ABCs of Tax Lien and Deeds to get started. Like, once again, totally free. There's, I think, 200 reviews now on people saying how much they love this stuff. Before that, over 50,000 people bought it, and people have used this to quit their job. So I give it away to help you out. Click the link below, go check it out. If you like this stuff, you can also book a call. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you like it. And thanks for tuning in and watching the videos. We'll see you in the next one.